What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Realistic Room of the Wrexham. This is episode number 64, and as we look at some of the news headlines, you would have seen there the December Player of the Month nominations went up. There was three Wrexham players in there: Vata, Mullin, and Bennett. All I think were worthy of winning it. I think Rocco Vata personally should have won Player of the Month, but the one player that wasn't a Wrexham player, Nasty for Barnsley, he won it. He actually scored against us in the last game of the last episode. But we did manage to get the victory against Barnsley, making it 3 wins from 4, 7 wins from 8, and 11 unbeaten as we continue our hot streak. You know, we seem to turn the tide after that victory away at Cardiff, and we haven't looked back really. Up to second now in the league, and in January 2027 now, as we look to go into our first game of the episode. We face Crystal Palace, a familiar foe in the cup. As you can see there, back in August, we played Palace away at Selhurst Park, drew 2-2 in the game, lost on penalties. They knocked us out as we look for revenge in the FA Cup. Palace 13th right now in the league, doing all right. They're not doing too badly. Wrexham, though, second in the Championship right now. And, you know, despite us being against a Premier League team, perhaps we're favourites just because of our form. And to be honest, I did want to go for this one because we had a week until our next league game as well, so I could play a strong side. I do make a couple of changes, 3 in total. Earl, Cox and Lowry come in. I play Lowry up top. Mullin, I just wanted to give a rest to. That guy plays all the time, so he needs a rest when he can. So Alex Lowry comes in up top. Josh Earl coming at right centre-back. He actually has done all right when coming off the bench or coming in to fill in when needed. And Elliot Cox in at right wing. But apart from that, it's our strongest 11. So we're going to look to give Palace a game here today. We want to achieve one of the board's objectives, which is reach the last 16 of the FA Cup. It's going to be a tough one to make it through to the fourth round, but let's see what we can do. Palace, as we said, a bit hot and cold with their form, whereas we are unbeaten in 11 in the league. Can we replicate that form in the cup? Well, straight away, Elliot Cox would win the ball, and Will Smallbone would hit the bar. He's been in the goals, Will Smallbone, recently. He's also been firing a lot of shots off in the last few episodes. Now he's established himself in the team. He's definitely getting comfortable in the side, and he could have opened the score in just a couple minutes in. Elliot Cox won the ball back. We got to work. I think it was Lowry that found Smallbone, but his shot crashed off the bar. 24 minutes in, Yuri Regier would find Cox, who would force a good save from the keeper. I think it's Kepa Arrizabalaga, the former Chelsea shot stopper. I think he's in the net today for Palace. Well, Lowry would force a good block from the Palace defender. Honestly, we were on form that first half. We were peppering Palace, and unfortunate not to go into the lead. Into the second half, though, Greaves winning the ball back. Smallbone finds Alfie Devine, and this kid, my word, he is special. Ball one from Greaves, and honestly, the amount of I think it happened last episode where Greaves won the ball back, and then we eventually scored. The amount of times that happens, Jacob Greaves is fantastic. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic defender. He's great at winning the ball back. He's a great physical presence as well. Honestly, he's been a fantastic signing for us. He won the ball back. We get to work. Smallbone finds Devine, and what a finish this is from Alfie Devine. First touch to open up his body, and then crushes it, smashes it into the top corner, and he goes and celebrates with those away fans in that corner. Well, Palace would look to equalise, forcing Johnston into a smart save. That was his first save he had to make in this game. And then Bennett is found in behind. He looked like he was offside, but the ref says play on. He finds Alfie Devine, who grabs his and our second of the game. I think it was very, very tight whether Bennett was offside or not. He was on, and he finds Devine, and Devine with another great finish, celebrating with those away fans. And we are on for a cup set here, people. We're up for redemption after Palace knocked us out of the Carabao Cup back in August. And with 74 minutes on the clock, Devine almost grabs his hat-trick. He's just inches away, his shot crashing off the post. But it would matter not. Palace could not get near us today. Johnston, I think, made one save. We dominated this game. We absolutely dominated this game. We earned this victory. Alfie Devine at the double. He was so close to a hat-trick, but we get the win. A 2-0 win away at Palace. Another clean sheet for Sam Johnston. And we are through to the fourth round of the FA Cup. Our name is in the hat. Are we going to see a magical story for Wrexham? Could we potentially go on a fairy tale run? Of course, the Championship is my priority, but if the games come kindly to us where Our league game wasn't for a week after this fixture. We could afford to play a lot of our strongest 11, and we did so. We did rotate a couple of players, but I'm very impressed with that win. A very, very strong win indeed. And then George Evans, one of the club legends, he signs a pre-contract with Pisa, Italian side Pisa. Bit awkward though. I mean, they show the animation of him leaving the club. It's a pre-contract, so he's going to be staying with us. So George, turn around, come back, man. You're here for another 6 months. He'll be heading to Italy though at the end of the window. At the end of the season. He's been phenomenal for us, George Evans. He was our starting DM for the first 3 seasons. But then in came Koulibaly, and he's really taken on that role. So glad that Evans is going to be moving on to a nice side. Bit of sunshine in Italy. Bit of an upgrade from North Wales, I'm sure. But yeah, as we head into the second game of the episode, it would be Swansea, a big, big Welsh derby. Not only because it is a derby, but because Swansea are 4th right now. We're separated by just 1 point and 2 places. Swans beat us 3-1 earlier in the season at the Swansea.com stadium. That was to continue their unbeaten run to the start of the season. I think they went 14 unbeaten or 15 unbeaten. We look for revenge here, not only for local pride, but because this is such a huge game. Leeds are running away with that first spot, so everything is on for that second automatic promotion spot. And us, Leicester, Swansea, Watford are all battling for it. We need to be winning these games. Well, we are back to our strongest 11 in this game. Just a couple of rotations from the Palace victory. A very even first half, honestly. Swansea keeper, the busier of the two, but it was very easy. And then in the second half, 9 minutes into the second half, Jerry Yates would grab his 10th goal of the season to give the visitors a 1-0 lead. And then 66 minutes on the clock, Paul Mullin with a gilt-edged chance found by Luke Chambers, who went on a really good run, but Mullin smashes it over. I mean, yeah, that's his bread and butter, Paul Mullin. He scores that 9 times out of 10. Unfortunately, he didn't take his chance. Smallbone forced the keeper into a save, and then going into the final 10 minutes, Luke Chambers gave the ball away. And that man again, Kurovic, scored twice against us in the reverse fixture, gives Swansea a 2-0 lead. I mean, when we give the ball away, we are punished. Honestly, most of the time, if we give the ball away in our own third, in our final third, we usually are punished, and Swansea did that. And Sam Johnston, his first mistake in a Wrexham shirt, coming for that cross and was absolutely nowhere near it. Ginnerly with the acrobatic finish. Luckily for Johnson, that wasn't a critical goal. We were already 2-0 down at that point, but Swansea emphatically win this Welsh derby. They complete the double over us, and they get a huge 3 points in the race for promotion. Honestly, at half-time, it was anyone's game. I felt like maybe 1 goal would decide it, but Swansea in the second half, they were much the better. They took their chances, and they punished us. And, that Paul Mullin chance when we were 1-0 down was huge. If he scores that, it's a different game, but unfortunately not, and our unbeaten run ends at 11 games. As we said, Swansea complete the double over us, and they move up to second now. We are down to 4th. A saving grace is Leicester drew, which is a positive. They drew away at Charlton. We still remain 5 points ahead of Southampton now, but Swansea inflicts just a 4th defeat for us this season. 4 defeats we've faced this season, and 2 of them have come from Swansea. So very frustrating as we see the FA Cup 4th round draw, and it is a magical one. Liverpool away at Anfield. Wow. Or if I wanted to reach the round of 16, we are going to need a miracle here. Liverpool away at Anfield in the 4th round of the FA Cup. That's a fairy tale tie right there. That's going to be our biggest game in terms of level of opponent and the actual stadium we're playing in as well. Anfield will be a phenomenal place to play, and yeah, can't wait for that one. That game will actually be coming up after this one. It will be the final game of the episode, but we're back on league duty. West Brom away from home. The Baggies are 12th right now. They're mid-table, but they're only 7 points off the playoffs, so if they can find a bit of form, they could push for promotion. We drew 2-2 with them at the Racecourse Ground. We were 2-0 down, though, in that game. We came back, Vatter and Smallbone earning us a point. Well, 36 minutes on the clock, and it would be the Baggies who would grab the opening goal again. Carlon Grant just driving through our defence, who was non-existent, beating Sam Johnston, who is facing his former side, and the hosts would have a 1-0 lead. In injury time, the first half, Smallbone with a nice ball over to Bennett. He finds Mullin, who finds Devine, but his shot is well saved, and that would be it for the first half. Pretty even first half, to be honest. That Carlin Grant chance was the first one of the half. He scored it. Devine didn't score his, and we were 1-0 down. And then Muamba would take on Kwanzaa. He would beat him, and then he would double West Brom's lead. Bit of a disappointing effort from Sam Johnston there, being beaten by a shot like that, perhaps. But West Brom would double their lead. And we have come from 2-0 down against West Brom in the past. We're going to have to do it again here. Jacob Greaves going on a run, the centre-back, channeling his inner Jewison Bennett, finding Alfie Devine, but his shot is blocked. And then Regia with a really nice cross, but Mullin can't get on the end of it. And then, yeah, that would be all she wrote. Back-to-back league defeats. We'd only lost 3 of our opening 26. We've now lost 2 in 2. West Brom, not that they played brilliantly. They just took their chances when they came. Carlin Grant in the first half, Muamba in the second half. And yeah, it's back-to-back defeats and perhaps a little blip as well. 2 games without a goal. And we didn't really look like scoring. It was weird. We looked oddly blunt up top, and our players looked a bit lost up top. So hopefully this is just a small blip, because we can't afford to drop too many points. We're now 4 adrift of Leicester, which is worrying. We do have a 5-point gap to Blackburn in 7th. We need to keep that up, as we are in the January transfer window now, so transfer bids are coming in. Leicester, who are a championship rival going for promotion, they bid 19.5 million plus Hamza Chowdhury for Alfie Devine. Well, absolutely not Foxes. Devine is going nowhere. And then Southampton, another championship side, £5.3 million bid for Paul Mullin. He is going nowhere. Whilst West Fotheringham has agreed a deal with a European side, a pre-contract, is potentially already on the cards for him. He just needs to agree a contract with them. Fotheringham, whose contract is running up with us in the summer, we will not be signing a new one with Wes. As we go into the 4th and final game of the episode, it is Liverpool, that magical FA Cup tie. They required a replay against our rivals Cardiff in the 3rd round. Drew 1-0 and then only beat them 2-1 at home. They're 3rd in the Premier League right now, going strong in the league. Only 3 defeats this season, and they won their Europa League group, 5 wins from 6. Their team features, Rodrigo on the wing now, Schlotterbeck at the back. They've got some big names in there, but we've got some big names as well. Paul Mullin, obviously now on familiar terms. The Scouts are returning to Merseyside. James Milner, who won everything with Liverpool, is one of 6 changes. In come Mendy, Earl, Milner, Evans, Lowry and Cox. But we still have a couple of strong players in there. Mullin, Bennett. Let's see what we can do. Can we cause an upset? Can we claim the biggest scalp of this career mode yet? Anfield and Liverpool await us. Well, going into the game, Elliot Cox would be found by Lowry. He finds James Milner. Milner into Lowry into Smallbone. He drives into the box. He beats Schlotterbeck, and Will Smallbone gives us the lead. This guy's been in the goals recently, man. What a signing he was off the free agent. Well, not off the free agency market. His contract was running out with Southampton. We snapped him up on a pre-contract, and he has been phenomenal. And Will Smallbone, potentially the biggest goal of his career. He drives through the middle, gets a bit lucky with the ball. He kind of beats Schlotterbeck, and then his shot beats Allison, who takes out Smallbone in the process. What a moment for Will Smallbone. And 21 minutes on the clock. We lead at Anfield against Liverpool. Could we be on for another Premier League scalp in this episode in the Cup? Well, cross comes in for Liverpool as they look to respond. Jacob Greaves with a great header out, but then Beck finds Loriente, who has 3 goals in this competition. He forces Sam Johnston into a fine save. Well, 38 minutes on the clock. I had to show this highlight because Rodrigo getting pocketed by Josh Earl. Josh Earl signed from Fleetwood against Rodrigo, the Brazilian and Real Madrid icon. Yeah, Josh Earl pocketing him there. And then Owen Beck with a volley. It was actually a really good chance. Milner headed it more up than away. Didn't get rid of it, and then Beck it was a difficult chance, but his shot goes just wide. And then in the second half, Mullin, more great hold-up play from him. He finds Alex Lowry, and we have doubled our lead. He goes and celebrates with the away fans at Anfield. What a moment this is. What a game this could be. We lead 2-0 at Anfield. Away at Liverpool, Mullin with the hold-up play. He waits for runners off him. Alex Lowry is one of those. He drives in, holds off Schlotterbeck, and curls it round Alisson, who actually dived the wrong way. And we lead 2-0 at Anfield. And then 73 minutes on the clock. We're not going to make it 3, are we? Oh, Paul Mullin forces Alisson into a save. We make a few changes as, Felipe Anderson with a fantastic chance. Ball in behind from Gakpo, but Sam Johnston with a brilliant save, rushing out off of his line to deny Liverpool a goal and to deny us a nervy, tense last couple of minutes. We're in injury time now. Surely the ref is going to blow full time. There it is. Wow. Our biggest win today, one for the history books, that is for sure. Liverpool at Anfield is by far and away the biggest scalp we've had in this career mode. And we deserved it as well. You know, we defended valiantly, but we also created chances. It wasn't just a backs to the wall for 90 minutes. We actually stretched Liverpool and created good chances. Took our chances when they came. Goals from Smallbone and Lowry. Mullin had chances as well. But what a victory. You know, our form has dipped in the league, 2 defeats in a row, but 2 Premier League scalps and 2 away victories in the Cup. 3rd round against Crystal Palace, 4th round against Liverpool. What a victory for Wrexham. And we are now in the hat for the 5th round of the FA Cup. Well, we do see out the January transfer window deadline day. It was a quiet one for us. No incomings or outgoings on the final day. As we see there, we won't know our 5th round opponents until the next episode. But that'll be it for today's episode. You know, it was a mixed bag of emotions. You know, we lost our 2 league games. We're now down to 4th in the league. Going from 3 defeats to 5. Our 11-game unbeaten run came to an end. But the magic of the Cup, man. We beat Palace away at Selhurst Park, and then we beat Liverpool away at Anfield. We're in the FA Cup 5th round draw. Drop a like on the video right now for that victory at Liverpool, because that deserves a like on its own. If you haven't subbed to the channel, give the channel a sub. If you're enjoying this content, you're enjoying the career modes, make sure you sub to the channel so you see the videos when they come out. And I'll see you in episode 65 very soon.